Shane Garrabrant, good to see you.
Thanks for having me, John. Good to see you.
You are an electrical engineer with a firm in the city here?
Yep, Jadestone Engineering right on Van Duzy Street.
Very briefly, what do you do?
So yeah, we're a consulting firm. So we kind of go in, we make electrical plans that contractors use. We do, a wide array of businesses and types of facilities, schools, hospitals, all that sort of thing.
You served on the committee or commission, whatever it's called, that looked into what the city's going to do in 2030 when we lose $6 million in hydropower revenue. Did anything concrete come out of that?
Yeah, so I know there's been some confusion about what the result of that committee was. We brought in a consultant who has 30 years experience in the industry. He kind of helped develop a report where he outlined some recommendations. And there was definitely a preferred option, the one that I'd like to see kind of pursued and investigated. It was, we can sell different power products directly to the New York ISO, which is the institution that manages the state electrical grid. We can sell it directly to them, bring in some revenue that way, and then use that revenue to hire a third party where we could then sell or buy wholesale power, sell it directly to the city residents at a discounted rate from National Grid. So we'd be able to diversify our revenue streams and also have the benefit of the city residents having discounted power, maybe 10 to 20%.
Okay, but the bottom line is we can't begin to recapture. The contract is so lucrative.
Correct, right. We make like $6 million a year roughly on that contract. We're making 30 cents a kilowatt hour right now. Market rate is around 5 cents, maybe even lower. But from the report, our consultant, estimated different outcomes from his recommended option, and the average outcome was we could make in around $2.5 to $3 million a year from that option. So it would be a decrease in revenue, but maybe not as drastic a decrease as if we just keep selling directly to National Grid at market rate.
So if you cut the loss to 50%, that might be considered a win?
I think so. I haven't seen any other options that, are, I don't think we'll ever be able to get back up to $6 million a year in revenue.
Shane, is this particular challenge a primary reason you are running?
Yeah, that was definitely one of the main reasons that had me enter the race. I felt like I really had something to offer, particularly on that issue, but also on several other issues. I wanted to enter because I'm a lifelong city resident. I'm fourth generation at least. So I've lived here my whole life. I'm passionate about the city and its residents. I have 2 young daughters, 3 and 1, ages 3 and 1. And I loved my childhood here, but I've also been concerned with, the trajectory of the city, and I want them to have kind of the same opportunities and lifestyle that I had in Watertown growing up.
Yeah, as those daughters grow up and you want them to probably just settle here, what is your fear about what they could face when they get older?
Well, I mean, my fear, the homelessness crisis, that's definitely a fear of mine, but even my fear is even in the more short term than that, of if we keep these tax rate increases as they're going and as they're projected to go into the future, we're going to lose a lot of residents, I fear, and a lot of businesses in this city because it's not sustainable. You're looking at, potentially 18% this year. It's probably going to be cut back down, but over the next 5 years, the gap between our revenue and our expenses just widens. By 5 years out from now, I think the gap is at like an estimated $12 to $14 million. And this year it's only $2 million when we're looking at that level of an increase. So it's definitely, that's more my concern in the immediate future.
Yeah, so it's a very tough challenge. If you cut expenses, you start talking about quality of life issues and infrastructure, not investing in the future versus making it affordable to own a house here.
Correct. And I think in the short term, we got to look at cutting as many expenses as we can to keep these tax rate increases down. But I think in the long term, it's not necessarily a spending issue, it's a revenue issue, and we need to investigate all the different ways we can to bring businesses and homeowners into the city to kind of help our tax base, which we've lost $9 million in taxable valuation just this past year. So that's another concern of mine. So
down to 15 seconds here. Shane,
okay.
Would your presence on the city council make it get along better?
Yeah, I want to be a unifying presence on the council. I think we need a cohesive council that's working together to solve these long-term issues. We can't all be siloed. It definitely needs a unified approach to kind of tackle these long-term issues.
Thank you, Shane.
Thanks.
Best of luck.
Yeah, thanks, John. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.